Happy New Year, everyone. It's Monolito here. This is going to be the first video of 2019, and I'll be talking about whiskey accessories. Check it out. Doing something a little bit different on this video. I'm going to be talking about whiskey accessories or things that can enhance your whiskey experience or just collectibles, things like that. And that's because I'm participating in the first quarter dry week that the Whiskey Tribe has challenged everyone to do. So no whiskey, no alcohol for the next week. My last drink was around 1:30 in the morning on Tuesday morning, New Year's. So since then, haven't had anything. It's Wednesday, so Whiskey Wednesday, but no whiskey. So I'll show you some of the things that I've got, and you can share some of the things that you've got if you want to post some pictures or just in the comments, however you want to do it. But let's go ahead and get drink whiskey without a glass, a cup, something to put the whiskey in. So probably the most commonly used glasses are rocks glasses. So I've got a couple here. I happened to get a few years ago. It was a gift, a little Crown Royal package. Came with these two, a bottle of Crown Royal and these two glasses here. So I don't use them very often, but sometimes when I want a whiskey and Coke, I'll grab a rocks glass. This is one kind. Here's another kind. This was a gift. Again, most of the glasses I have were gifts, at least rocks glasses and things like that. The other type of glass, which is probably something that you see the most on these types of YouTube videos, are your Glencairns. So here's a blank Glencairn, excuse me. So just a regular Glencairn glass, and one way that you know it's a Glencairn glass, let's see if we can focus in on that, but right inside the base of the glass, it'll say the Glencairn glass. You can kind of see that. If it doesn't say that, then it's not an official Glencairn glass. So one thing that I've done, focus that back, is that I started collecting Glencairns. So the ones that are custom. So there's two types that I'm collecting. One is from the distilleries that I visit. So this, for example, is from Ben Milam Distillery. Although I haven't been to the distillery yet, my wife happened to get me a really nice Christmas present, and she went to the distillery and picked up a bottle from them. It was a distillery only release. She picked up a Glencairn, so now I got to go visit the distillery so that I can say I visited Ben Milam. The other types of Glencairns that I'm collecting are from YouTube channels. So other YouTube channels that I'm a fan of. Here's one. I didn't bring them all out here, but just as an example, Scotch Test Dummies, one of my favorite channels. I've got one from the Whiskey Tribe and so on. And then just for fun, when I was at the Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company, or the Fang and Feather Tasting Room, I picked up this little wee Glencairn. So here's the regular size. This would be kind of like a shot glass. Kind of cool. I just have the one. Thought it was, kind of cool to have. And you can see on the bottom, it does say the Glencairn glass. So it's official. Pretty cool little glass. Something else you might see if you watch YouTube channels, other YouTube channels like Scotch Test Dummies I mentioned, Whiskey Tribe, so on. They have coins. I've got a few others, but again, I didn't want to bring everything out. So these make good toppers, to cover your Glencairn. The Whiskey Tribe ones are really cool because they have a kind of an indentation there, and so it actually fits over the glass and stays there. It's got the bear and the eagle and the tribe toast. That was pretty cool. I have a couple of their coins, Scotch Test Dummies, the Whiskey Dictionary. There's a couple of other ones, but these are just things that you may have as a whiskey drinker, or you may want to get a hold of as you watch YouTube channels, things like that. Just things to kind of expand your whiskey experience. Another thing you might have as a whiskey drinker is water bottle and dropper. So this one is glass. Got it from Amazon. It's got a glass dropper inside of it. It's good for putting water into your whiskey. I've used this quite a bit. Another really awesome Christmas present that I got from my wife, talking about putting water into whiskey, is she got me this Angel Share water dropper. Haven't used it yet, but I thought it was really cool. I know on the Scotch Test Dummies they use this quite a bit. They have a whole little setup. It's got a hole right there. You there you can see it right there. You plug the hole, or you put it into the water, plug the hole, it'll catch the water, and then you just drop it into your whiskey. I thought that was really nice. I enjoyed that. The other thing that she got, and this is something you might see on other channels, and this is also it's a Glencairn, official Glencairn glass. This is a water pitcher that you can use to pour water into your whiskey. Or, which I'll probably use that, grab my water, drop it into the whiskey. So cool little things. So some of these things I probably maybe would not have gone out and searched for and purchased just for the sake of having it, but a lot of these were gifts, minus the Glencairn glasses. I actually want to collect those. Another thing that I got, and I did this, I purchased this on Amazon just for, I was playing around with mixing or blending different whiskeys together just to kind of see what kind of taste or what kind of nose I would get on them, or just things like that. And that's a graduated dropper. So this goes up to 10 milliliters. Got a nice rubber bulb on it. And you just pull out a certain amount. You can get exact measurements. So if you want to put 5 milliliters of, let's say a Lafroig, and then you want to put 10 milliliters of some kind of bourbon, whatever the case is, you want to mix it up and see what kind of mixtures, what kind of blends you can come up with. I kind of played around with that for a little bit. So I have one of these. It came with 2 in a pack, so just in case one breaks. So this is glass. Another glass object, and this is something that I've had for a long time. I bought this when I was in Germany, and I noticed on the Secret Spirits company, the people that bring you the Advent calendar, the Scotch Advent calendar, I saw on their website they had one of these things, and I was like, hey, I got one. They call it a whiskey pipe. When I bought this, it was at a liquor store in Germany, and it was for absinthe. But basically, you just fill the bulb here with your whiskey, and then just sip on it. I haven't used it yet. I've never used this. I got it just because I thought it was really cool, and I keep it in it's a little dusty. I keep it in my cabinet. But I may go ahead and try this. I might even do it on a video and just kind of see what difference it makes compared to a Glencairn glass. So that was kind of cool. I've had that for years. Now the last item, which is the last of the glass items, is which something probably almost every whiskey drinker has. If they don't, well, I'm not sure why they wouldn't have one, and that's a decanter. So this one is one that I got when my grandfather passed away. My grandmother gave this to me. So it's special to me. So I use it. I haven't used it in a long time, and I decided I'm going to make an infinity bottle. So this is actually an infinity bourbon bottle. So this is just bourbons, all different kinds of bourbons, wheated bourbons, high rye bourbons, straight bourbons, and so of all different ABVs. And I'll probably do a video on this. I was waiting till I get up to the neck. I have not drank from this yet. What I've been doing basically is every time I buy a new bourbon, the first thing I do is open that bourbon. I put 2 ounces into the infinity bottle, and then the next dram that I pour, is for me. That's what I'll drink, and I'll usually drink out of a bottle a little bit before I start doing the video. So I know I did a couple of videos that were where I opened the bottles, and I've noticed for myself that the neck pour, if you want to call it that, probably isn't the best place to start with tasting and nosing and things like that. So I like to get into the bottle a little bit now before I really make a decision on it. Okay, now the last thing is not glass, and this is probably something that a lot of whiskey drinkers or any spirit drinker might have. Kind of a fun thing to have. And there's a billion different variations of this, but this is an ice sphere mold. So this one is as simple as you can get. Basically what you do is it comes apart for cleaning purposes. So if I can get it apart. So it's two pieces, kind of like looks like an egg tray almost. So you put it together, it makes a seal. You got holes at the top. You got a measuring line right there. And so basically what you do is you fill water up to that line, put it in the freezer, and when it freezes, it rises up and creates a sphere. And then all you have to do is, once they're ice, you pop it out. The bottom is rubber, and you can see you can push in there. That helps you get it out. So you push on it, pops the ice ball out, and now you have an ice ball. I don't really like my whiskey chilled on ice. I've tried that, but it is nice for a cocktail. So whiskey and Coke, drop one of these, fits nicely into the rocks glass. You got one giant ice ball in there. Throw you some whiskey and some soda in there. I prefer Coke or Dr. Pepper, but whatever you like. And it's simple. It gets you 6 of them, and there's all kinds of different ones. The ones that you can actually polish it to a clear, almost like a clear ice ball, and they have so many different kinds of these things. But this was cheap. I think I got this at like a local grocery store or Walmart, something like that, and it's easy to use. Alright, so that's my video for today. No whiskey. The next video will be next week, next Wednesday. The dry week will be over. And my goal for this year, 2019, is to try and post a whiskey video once a week, every Wednesday. Make it a kind of a Whiskey Wednesday type of theme. And we'll see how that goes. And then to visit some more distilleries and get some videos of that up. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was informative or at least entertaining. Alright, you guys have a good one. And I don't have any whiskey, but anyway, cheers.